Let's get cracking!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dota 2 Champions League American Division. We are going to have only one series of the night. It is going to be Dream Destroyers versus Pain Gaming, formerly known as CNB, and then before that known as Pain Gaming. Pain Gaming has been the routine premier Brazilian squad for quite a long time, led by King RD, probably the most famous Brazilian player of them all. And I'm going to be solo casting this thing. Game 2, I'll be joined by Pandago, but Zai, seeing as he had to go to sleep, he's got school in the morning, so can't be keeping him up too late. He went to bed. I will be solo casting this one, and then I'll have Pandago later, which I really need Pandago. I need a co-caster really badly because my voice is beginning to be shot. It's been a very, 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 very long week so far, especially yesterday. But that's not what's important. I'm rambling about dumb shit. Let's talk about Dream Destroyers versus Pain Gaming. We've got Viper, Nature's Prophet, and Doom being picked up by DD, while the Death Prophet Skywrath Mage is going to be the first one, too, for Pain.
5 seconds.
We had a couple of pretty normal bans, honestly. The Void and Tidehunter being banned away by Dream Destroyers, two of the best offlaners to be run with the Death Prophet, as those AoE disables are what allows the Exorcism to be able to do so much damage. Batrider is instead going to be picked up as the offlaner for Pain Gaming, who banned away the Earthshaker as well as the Rubik in their second banning phase, choosing to get away some of those more obnoxious supports. Now, Dream Destroyers are going to go with both a Doom as well as the Lich. The Lich offlane, the Lich as a really strong support for offlaners is a possibility here. Don't normally see him being run with the Nature's Prophet, though. Nature's Prophet is an offlane who doesn't really need the extra presence. For example, you run like a Lich Centaur. Centaur could use the extra presence in the pullback of the creep wave because he has no escape mechanism and he has no ability to jungle. If a Furion is seriously threatened, then he'll just use the trees to pull the creep wave into him by catching it out behind the tower, or maybe even just go full-time jungling, or any of the various ideas like that. So many different options for the Nature's Prophet as an offlaner.
10 seconds remaining.
So he doesn't really need the extra support of the Lich. Enigma, though, is going to be picked up now by Pain Gaming. That is going to be their 4 positions. So running a defensive dual lane, Batrider offlane. Nothing real special about their laning phase so far. They just need to choose a carry. I'm going to guess something. I would go for something personally like a Bristleback. He's a big tanky hero that is able to force a lot of damage in the mid game and is able to make a lot of room for Death Prophet to work, because if you skip past the Bristleback, if that's even possible, if you're able to just go past the Bristleback and go straight for the Death Prophet, you're going to be punished rather heavily by the high amount of physical damage he's able to output. Jagiro's going to be banned away now by Dream Destroyers, which I guess a one-position Jakiro, would make a pretty overwhelming amount of push. Honestly, I forget about the Jakiro sometimes. So that was probably for the best. I would still side with... I don't know, I kind of like the Bristleback one position here. But honestly, it could be any kind of carry. They can go for late game. They can go for early aggression. They can go for so many different routes with the Death Prophet. Pain Gaming went ahead and banned away the Disruptor as their last ban. Still need a another support. So it's going to be a defensive dual lane, possibly, for Dream Destroyers. I'm not sure where they're going to put this Lich. I'm not sure why they have this Lich here necessarily. Lich is a good sport versus Death Prophet because the high amount of armor he gives with his ice armor. But that as being kind of your sole incentive for picking up a Lich is still kind of questionable for me personally. But we'll see what they do. Taking a look at, real quick, Dota 2 Champions League. These are all 2-game series as we are in the group stage. It's a really efficient way of being able to, best of ones are kind of crappy. Best of threes are too long for a group stage of this size. So it is all 2-game series. And we are currently seeing Bane Gaming's very first match in the Dota 2 Champions League. They are currently sitting at 0-0. Dream Destroyers are sitting at 0-2. But their 2 losses were against the number 1 seed, the Navi NA squad, who are currently undefeated, sitting at 6-0.
10 seconds.
And actually, Navi US, they may actually go through this whole entire thing without losing a single match because they beat SNA 2-0, which is arguably your second place team. When it comes to guessing the rankings, Morphling is going to be the last pickup now for Dream Destroyers. Justin's going to be picking up that one. Invoker is going to be the last pick here for Pain Gaming, and it's going to be 40R playing the Invoker. If I recall, King RD actually has a pretty good Invoker as well, but apparently not going to be the case here. And that now leaves us with a 1-position Invoker, an Exort Invoker who's able to get Forge Spirits as well as an early Necronomicon. So a lot of pushing power there. Still a little bit of late game possibilities, but not as much. Morphling is going to be the hard carry here for Dream Destroyers. Looks like they're going to be trying to run themselves a bit more of a late game oriented strat. And between the Doom, Morphling, as well as the Viper, they certainly should have it. And this now relegates our Doom, who was once a 1-position Doom, now into a 4-position role. So, Lich with the Morphling, dual safe lane, the Doom in the jungle, Furion being our offlaner here, and that just leaves our Viper in the mid. Meanwhile, Pain, their lanes should be fairly obvious here. Enigma in the jungle, defensive dual lane once again. See a common pattern. Pain will be able to have the advantage when it comes to the laning phase, and probably the early mid game as well, because they have an Enigma who will be a out farm the Doom, seeing as Enigma is the fastest jungler in the game. He will be staying ahead of the Doom. The Doom can't really jungle that quickly, honestly. Dream Destroyers is going to be starting off with a aggression here just to be able to block out some camps. They have counter wards as well as regular wards. That is not the magic bush. I think this ward does still block out the hard camp. Not so sure about this camp now. Because the magic bush, right, is right here. There is, you can do it in an AoE around the bush, but I'm not sure how big the AoE is. And how far to the left and how far up you can actually go. The line upwards is kind of like that. The line to the left, though, I feel like it's outside. This camp will still be caught out, though. Actually, it's more like... Alright, that... I'm awful at drawing. Ignore those lines. Hainstern going to be picked up by Ned. And the Skywrath Mage. Looking for some early pressure. Can't really do too much with this rune. It's still going to be Lich with the off-lane Furion. So we have instead a 1-position Viper with a Doom in the jungle and then a mid Morphling. I mean, this is the height of greed here from Dream Destroyers. Not too sure how I feel about it. Of course, they are kind of exploiting to some extent the Enigma pickup. which means there is probably going to be very little aggression from Pain Gaming very early on. And I do like the fact they put the Viper in the 1 position, solely because it means he's going to be laning up against the Bat Rider, which is a pretty favorable matchup for the Viper, and you actually have a shot at being able to zone out the Bat Rider. But with the Skywrath Mage coming in, it's entirely possible that you can actually see an early kill here on this Viper if he's slowed down by the concussive shot. So that is going to be some issues. Baga has already been able to throw down a couple of counter wards here and taken away 2 different counters. There is still this camp that is blocked up. Aha! It does not block it out. I'm not sure if that's mind games from Dream Destroyers or a poorly placed ward. I'm not sure which. But if these both camps are blocked out, it's fairly obvious where the ward is, so it could be just mind games. Still, though, they block a majority of the Enigma's camps, and he's going to have to wait till the 2-minute. Still, his jungle won't be delayed that much. Just being able to work with these 2 camps is enough to give you a decent amount of farm. Meanwhile, 4DR is going to be this bottom lane Invoker up against the Bloody Nine Nature's Prophet. Bloody Nine pulled out some pretty big moves here. The last few games that I've watched Dream Destroyers, even if they have lost, I feel like Bloody Nine is one of their better players on Dream Destroyers. Lich now coming into the mid lane. Don't want to be fighting up against double damage Death Prophet, that's for sure. And Ned is still looking for this opening. He's going to be running into the Doom here. It's a level 3 Doom. And Skywrath Mage has no armor. I'm not sure how he's supposed to actually make this work. So Chobo is actually farming pretty well here. He's ahead of the Enigma right now. He'll be fine here. I'm not sure why Klotz is even using the mana, as apparently he wants to chase down Chobo, but Scorched Earth is enough movement speed. And now Klotz is going to die. Like, he's just been Centaur start up. He's being right-clicked down by the Viper. Now with the teleport in for Bloody Nine, that will give them the last right-click required for first blood. No idea why he thought he could go on the Doom, but that bit of error in judgment is what's going to cost him his life. Justin, meanwhile, well, how's his CS? 10-4 compared to the 19-6 on the Death Prophet. So, Pain Gaming, despite that over-aggression from the Bat Rider, are actually doing very, very well when it comes to the CS board.
Top tower is under attack.
And Bat Rider actually teleporting mid. Odd, to say the least. Not sure what King RD is supposed to do now. Is he going to go to the top lane? I mean, with the haste rune, he actually can go to the top lane, but I'm not sure why they're forcing Death Prophet out of a lane that's perfectly acceptable for him. Justin kind of being forced back. Klotz once again may be baited into some over-aggression here, as he may lose his life. Waveform goes down, Klotz will die, Fanny will get the return kill. But still, the Bat Rider didn't get the experience for it, and it's still a core in exchange for a support. Very favorable for the side of Dream Destroyers. So our Bat Rider is becoming a bit of a feeder here for the side of Pain Gaming and throwing away any early game advantage that they might have had. Viper is about to pick up level 6 Death Prophet. The Crypt Swarm Spam, I suppose, is a bit better against the Viper than the Bat Rider would have done. They're going to try and chase him down with the Haste Rune. Don't think they can really get this kill. Just looks like King RD is just going to try and force back MJW as much as possible. This roaming Skywrath Mage, though, is going to be having a hard time if they don't actually start getting more kills. So on to Chobo. King RD is going to come in. Bloody Nine is already going to even the playing field now. And doesn't really have enough mana for a Sprout, unfortunately. Look at the right-click damage on Ned, though. This guy has no armor. Another phase boost, they can actually just right-click him down. Chobo, almost close enough. Bloody Nine, not going to go for the dive, though. And if he had just kept running, maybe with the Sprout, he would have caught out. Well, Ned actually did have a Tango, so he just would have ate his way through the trees and been fine. $40 is going to be going for the quick little minus pickup.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not a big surprise for a free farming invoker like this. And that's really the upside for Pain Gaming right now, is all the CS that they're getting. Dream Destroyers are still holding a bit of a golden experience lead due to the kills that they picked up, but not too bad. Looks like Bloody Nine may also go for a Hand of Midas. It's either that or a very fast Maelstrom, which I highly doubt. Two to two, 7 minutes in. Ned is looking once again for a pick off on Viper. He's just been kind of like AFK in this top lane. Just not really soaking up much experience. Just content to be a low-level support. Which is giving more priority to his cores, of course, but at the same time at the cost of his at the cost of an early ultimate for him. Chobo rotating around. He's going to go with the Split Earth. They can actually catch up with this one. He needs just a little bit of extra mana to get the additional Hellbear Smasher slow. They've already slowed down King RD enough to be able to land it. We'll be able to finish him off. Now Ned's up next. And that guy's a goner. Double kill here for Dream Destroyers. Very simple. I wonder what Chobo's going to go here. Don't tell me he's going for a Midas too. Midas gaming all around. They see an Invoker with a Midas and they're like, where's so you?
Dire's bottom tower
We'll get Midas on our 4 position Doom. What do you think about that? Fanny being forced back by the Forge Spirit. They're going to try and go for this tower. Attempt at a Sunstrike on Fanny. Not going to be able to land. And without that aggression, without that Sunstrike landing, like if it landed, maybe Fanny would be too scared to move forward and get that denied. But 40R is going to miss out on a top lane. Looks like we have some aggression from Bloody Nine. Once again going for Ned, missing the Sprout though. That would have been critical for the kill. Instead, King RD is actually going to be able to pick up a kill on the Furion and possibly a secondary one as well. MGW getting low. King RD looking for another pick off. The lasso goes down. And, wow. Viper still picks up the kill on the Death Prophet thanks to the corrosive skin. But still, a very favorable engagement there for Pain Gaming, as that a critical experience from the Death Prophet kill does not get picked up by the Viper. Mech is going to be picked up by the Enigma. Mech on the Viper. So Mech on each side. Early treads here for the Morphling, who already has a Ring of Achilles. So he's not going straight for like a Lincoln's build, but he is building into some early stats. Yeah, Bloody Nine is got to be going for a Hand of Midas. Chobo is probably going for a Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger initiation is really good on a Doom up against these heroes. The Invoker, the Death Prophet, hell, even the Enigma. All very good choices. Or if he wants a free kill, why not the Skywrath Mage? Klotz is currently trying to farm up his Blink Dagger. He's another 1,100 gold away from it. Chobo is looking for a Doom pickoff, and he's got to go for Klotz. He will be able to Doom him up. Firefly has already gone down. Klotz is going to be slowed down by the Viper Strike. but he will be hit by the Hellbear Smasher that ensures the kill. 40R going to try and turn this around with a Sunstrike landing on Chobo. Not going to be enough damage, though. And 40R backs himself up mid lane. Pain Gaming looking for a pickoff, but not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's just going to be an Exorcism push with the Eidolons behind it. Justin is not going to be able to do much against this. As he's joined by some support, though, maybe they can get something. King RD has been held in by the Sprout. Teleport away. Chain Frost going to put a stop to that one. And King RD will be taken down. Fanny getting low enough. Eidolons. Oh, just barely get it. Lich goes down. And the ping, ping, ping comes out from DD. Now, whoa, Klotz is actually heading back in, trying to look for a kill on MJW. Not going to be able to get it, though. Justin. Klotz got to be careful. Like, MJW may be low, but he could still actually get the kill. In fact, Hellbear smash. Oh, Centaur Stun actually holding on to it. Didn't think he was in range. And the first Blink Dagger reveal of Chobo is unsuccessful in getting a kill. Still, though, they have a mech on MJW. Furion also pinning up his Midas. And all things looking good for Dream Destroyers. Looks like we're going to be seeing an early BKB here for Justin. Smoking. Pain. Are they really going to try and do Roshan here? Well, this is an interesting idea. Using the Forge Spirit in order to create Eidolons. And this is then just an Eidolon farming Roshan, which we've seen plenty of times in the past. Initiation on Ned just needs one right click. Ned even may take out from just the ultimate. Last right click will do the trick. Rest of Pain, hoping they don't get discovered here. Roshan's getting low. And in fact, Roshan's going to go down at a really bad time for them. You've got all these heroes around the pit. They finish up Roshan right now, there's going to be an immediate response. Aegis picked up. Pain. There goes the ping. They've already gotten themselves out, though. They'd finished Roshan like 5 seconds earlier, they would have been surrounded by Dream Destroyers. But still, sneaky little pick up there from Pain. Really well done.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pain Gaming got to go for a push here in the top lane. Exorcism. Maxed out Witchcraft. Okay. Not sure if that Exorcism was entirely necessary. MJW going to be hit by the lasso. Chobo trying to reinitiate those. Centaur stun onto Klotz. And now with the Doom as well as the Chain Frost bouncing around, not even a mech is going to be able to save him. And Dream Destroyers successfully defend their Viper as well as get a counter kill onto the Batrider. Dream Destroyers looking for a push here in the middle lane. Justin, meanwhile, they just have to 4-man into these towers. Justin will continue to split push farm. MGW getting low. They do not have an ultimate here for Sunstrike coming in. Only going to hit on Fanny, but King RD might be able to pick up both kills anyway. Finishes off the Lich at the very least. MGW, right click down by 40R. Mech is going to be able to save him for the time being. Last little nuke. And right clicks. Not enough. Too much corrosive skin. And Pain Gaming are going to be not able to get the kill, but they might be able to get it tier 2.
Bottom tower is under attack.
With the Invoker Forge Spirit, they're going to jump on Chobo here. Pull him back into the rest of the enemy team, and with all that Forge Spirit minus armor, he really just does not stand a chance. He shouldn't even get close. They're just going for split pushing options. Like Justin's pushing in the top lane. Bottom lane was being pushed in by our Furion. That's all they needed to do. But instead, they give away a kill as well as a tier 2 in exchange for this tier 1 in the top lane. Yule Scepter is going to be finished up by King RD here in just a few seconds. Baga. Baga, baga, baga. Black Hole being a great holding ability against a Morphling. He's going to be looking for that opportunity whenever he can. And then they just have so much burst damage from this Exort Invoker they can easily overwhelm the Strength Morph. Necronomicon 2 already picked up by him. Once they have a Necronomicon 3, not much is going to stop Pain from being able to go uphill. Maybe wait on the BKB of the Enigma, but I don't think it's really necessary. Force Staff would certainly help. Batrider's had a rough game, and that's why he's a bit behind in farm. Rotation in. King RD and the rest of his boys are going to look for a pick off on MJW. Won't be able to find it, though. And the split push continues. Dream Destroyers will just push in the bottom lane. Clot's already preemptively with the Firefly, though. Push will be easily defeated. As soon as they have the Necro Book 3, maybe even beforehand, they can push down this tier 2 tower. And then it's all going to come down to 1 or 2 team fights. Justin runs into the Enigma here, but not much trouble is going to be made. Oh, Bloody Nine with a deep little teleport here. Instantly gets silenced up. Skywrath Mage ultimate being dropped, but it's not going to be enough to catch the Furion by any means. And Ned will just be the one quick kill. And Bloody Nine, they may be at a trade here. Not going to be able to push down this top lane fast enough before Pain gets to this bottom tier 2 with the Exorcism. And will they get a support kill? Is it really worth their tier 2 tower? I mean, at this point, they may not want to be fighting at all. So even if they didn't get that support kill in the top lane, we're in a better position. They may not want to fight that bottom tier 2 fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But at this rate, they're going to be left really exposed. Doom, going to be Yule Scepter up. Follow up with the nice little ice wall, as well as the silence going to be laid down. Yeah, Bloody Nine getting low, though. 40R right-clicking him down. Doom is going to be put on King RT. Mech is going to heal him up for the time being. MJW looking for additional pickoffs is just going to content himself with Baga, possibly. Level 2 orb, not quite enough. Chobo coming in from the side, doesn't have a Centaur stun, blinks himself to the side. Meanwhile, Viper is being pushed away by this Necronomicon minion. Fanny's going to lose his life. There goes the Aegis for the side of the Invoker. But it's a really great fight so far. Black Hole actually going to be used on MJW alone. Just to be able to get that 4th kill. And Pain, as well as 40R, with their heavy amount of pushing from the Exorcism as well as Necronomicons, may be able to take an early tier 3. They don't have Exorcism, and Necrobook 3 has already been used. But another bad team fight like that, and Dream Destroyers will lose everything that they have. Instead, Pain are just going to be able to get in a little bit of right-click damage on this tier 3 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bringing it down to about a quarter of its health before backing up. Hell, it's even going to go down here. Possible deny from Dream Destroyers, but either way, it's a very early tier 3. $2,800 gold on our Death Prophet, who can build into something here. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. Shiva's Heart. Bloodstone has been an item pick up in the past. I can't say I'm a bit too big of a fan of it, but it's something that has been picked up before. 20 minutes in. 7,500 gold lead for Pain. Most of that has been growing in the last few minutes. And a current 3,000 experience lead. The problem is Dream Destroyers just are not going to be able to get any towers at this rate. They claim the top tier 1, but that is it. Really great use of the lasso to kill a replicant. Exorcism as well was committed. So our Morphling really baiting that one out quite heavily. DD will go for the push in the top lane. Morphling helping out that one out. Bit by bit, though, doing damage to these tier 1s. Pain, all they have to do is make a full committal here soon. And it won't really matter how much split pushing Dream Destroyers do. The Morphling just isn't providing enough right now. He does have his BKB, but just, I don't know, maybe lacking in damage. I'm not sure how BKB Morphling is supposed to actually make this work. Because the problem is he has no burst damage. And his right-click damage isn't actually that good, because if he goes full agility, he's still going to lose his life to a lot of physical damage from the side of Pain. So even if he goes like full, like a lot of agility and goes to BKB, he can still be right-clicked down by Necronomicons, Exort Invoker, Eidolons, Exorcism. And there's a lot of physical damage coming out from the side of Pain, which is where all their pushing power is from as well. So it's really just not the greatest idea. Invis is going to be picked up here by Bloody 9. Not sure what he's going to be able to do with that, though. Looks like Shiva's the choice here for Death Prophet. They're probably going to try and aim to finish that before they go uphill, which is fine. I don't think they're really losing any strength right now. King RD is going to be doomed up. Nice initiation here from DD. We still have the lasso, which is going to pull back the Doom. Looks like King RD is still going to fall, and Pain just need to try and keep as many heroes alive as possible. Vaga is going to be kept alive by the mech for the time being. Ice Wall actually catching MJW just on the side there. Really well played there from 4DR, and the nuke damage will be able to take him out. That was very expertly played. You had 4DR running in, and then he cut left like that to make the Ice Wall span, because it goes perpendicular to your positioning. So when you angle yourself at a distance, if you angle yourself and then it goes out, it's a good way to catch somebody with the Ice Wall. That was very well played. Exorcism going to go out. Range Rack's going to lose its life. Chain Frost bouncing around a bit. Just trying to delay the push. But it's not going to delay King RD one bit. Centaur stun goes out, but they know they have no Doom to worry about. Bloody 9. Whoa, okay. All right. All right. That was a teleport. Now the dieback as well, possibly. King RD using his Exorcism to finish off the range racks, and with the Exorcism down, they'll back themselves up. Bottom lane is pushing in quite heavily, but Pain still managed to get themselves a pretty important range racks, and next push will be a quick melee as well.
Illusion.
305 on Invoker. I have to say, like, I know King RT plays a pretty good Invoker, but 4DR is pretty impressing me quite heavily, and I can see why they chose to have 4DR in the Invoker instead. 7,500 gold lead, a 3,000 experience lead as well. And a smoke gank here from Dream Destroyers. Smoke rotation around. Gonna go for Ned here. Sunstrike already going out, but I'm not sure where that is. Ned is still gonna be caught, though. He runs into Bloody 9. Silences them up, but the rest of the team will finish him off. And now it's Dream Destroyer's time to be aggressive. We've already taken the tier 1 bottom lane. Looks like they're gonna go for Fanny first. Trying to start out with a quick kill on him. The pull back into the lasso, finish him off. Now King RD backing up. Baga pops his BKB, turns around. Dream Destroyers will run themselves away. And it looks like only 2 heroes are going to be caught by this. MJW as well as the Lich. As, yeah, Sunstrike nicely played. And now they'll go down middle. That was no Exorcism from King RT. He really held on to that one. He's going to be able to clean up the melee racks now that his ultimate is still alive. Dream Destroyers, their only hope, I think, is trying to pop King RT real quickly, but now with the mech going off, it seems unlikely to happen.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
And apparently they don't even need Exorcism. Right-clicking down the melee racks, they can back themselves up, do Roshan. Yep, already the ping has gone out. I don't know if that was from Teal or from Light Blue Viper, but... yeah, the ping from both sides. They know what's happening right now. Bloody 9 is going to be caught out by Ned, though. Alright. Ultimate here. Farron is here. If you don't even land a single instance of damage on your Mystic Flare, you did something wrong. Chobo also did something wrong. He tried to blink into the Roshan pits, trying to steal the Aegis. Doesn't end up getting it and immediately dies to the Exorcism. Same thing happens to Justin. And a double kill, despite the fact that Skywrath Mage screwed up on his kill for the Furion and ended up dying. It doesn't really cost Pain too much. Aegis on the Death Prophet plus a Shivas. If you get like a Vitality booster, Death Prophet becomes incredibly tanky. And if they wanted real security, they would push in the bottom lane. They push in the bottom lane. Top lane has a tier 2 up. So if Furion goes for this really aggressive split pushing, there's no way they can lose a Rax off of any sort of bad team fight. Bloody Knight going to be hit by a nice Sunstrike, well placed. And right click down. 18 to 14, 27.5 minutes in. Aghadim's almost finished up by the Viper. I guess Pipe is going to be a choice here from Fanny. Chobo is also going to be going for a Shivas. BKB for the Bat Rider. Yeah, that's looking pretty rough. King RD could actually sell his bottle and almost get a Reaver. If he takes like the next creep wave and goes into the side shop, you can get a quick little Reaver. It's not a bad idea. Forget a value Vitality booster. What about the value Reaver? But instead, he's going to hold on to his haste rune. Exorcism going off is a level 3 Exorcism. It is going to do so much damage, and I have no idea how Dream Destroyers are going to react to this. I mean, they're going into the side lane. Ethereal Blade picked up by Justin, but if he loses his life, Black Hole being used even. And they even put a Doom onto 40 yard. They're not going to get anything out of this. King RD may lose his life inside of the base, but he does so much damage, and that was just the Aegis as well. Obviously, Exorcism being down is nice for Dream Destroyers, but they're losing so much in response. Blade Knight gets hit by the Sunstrike. Now Malefice goes off. Chain Frost is going to have to be a really good Chain Frost. Klotz does get hit by it. That's a good start. 40R chasing away MJW with his Necronomicon and everything else he has. Going to be slowed down by the Viper Strike. Chobo trying to catch up. Centaur stun. Nope. Eul's Scepter up. And Shivas as well will slow him down, gets silenced, and it looks like Dream Destroyers will be on their 3rd loss at the Dota 2 Champions League as they lose to Pain Gaming in game number 1. But this is a 2-game series for the Dota 2 Champions League American Division. We are going to be taking a bit of a break. Hopefully my voice will recover by then. And we will be back with game number 2, Pain versus DD.